Many people thought Cometa on Algorand was dead, and for a while it actually was. Now it appears to be coming back, and we noticed this recently. We noticed the price of the coin suddenly started skyrocketing. No one had any idea why, but well, now we know Cometa appears to be back online. And this is right from the Cometa team themselves. Cometa is back online. After a long downtime, all services are restored. If you have funds on the platform, you can withdraw now. We're also considering keeping things running. If there's enough demand, let us know. I would say I don't think people are going to go for it. You just can't rug like that. So Gully says no thanks, move along. Gunna says test. WB Nikita. And I'm giving the little side eye there. Someone says they tried and could not connect. Choice Coin says Cometa is a great project. Good to see you keeping on. I think once you shut it down, I think that's it. I got to tell you, I think that's it. Welcome back and never leave again. Cometa for life. So I don't know, some people might use it. Nice to hear, bro, but still having issues with connecting. A lot of people giving like side eye kind of stuff. F yes. My laughing emoji said, boy, really kind of a mix. It's very interesting. A very big mix between yay, it's back and oh, heck no. I'm kind of in, I have to say, sorry, Cometa team, I'm kind of in the heck no. Unless you give a good solid explanation. And let's see, this is from a while ago. Let's see if they gave much of a explanation. Most projects pretend their token isn't dead. We won't. Meta costs almost nothing, which means your entry price is unbeatable. I mean, what I will say, there's kind of a asymmetric upside possibility here. I'm not suggesting you should do it. I'm just saying like it is a possibility. You could make a small bet, which could turn into a decent amount of money, even if, it pumps a bit. Actually, if you did it a while ago, it pumped like 200%. I don't know, but nothing I'd put like serious money into. They also say good news, recovered every lost pool. The full list is live. Bad news, the site doesn't appreciate the extra weight. Fixed it, but we love your feedback before celebrating. Let's see, they fixed wallet connection according to this, but the site might crash occasionally. I think I had gotten everything off myself. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I did. So make of it what you will. Cometa does appear to be back online. Definitely wouldn't blame people for being skeptical of that, however. And I thought this was interesting. Multisig Algorand accounts coming to Pera Wallet. This is from MJ, Michael Jordan. Longtime supporter of Algorand, now on the Algorand team, but he was a supporter for a long time before that. In fact, I met him personally in Dubai in 2022 at the Algorand conference. A wonderful human being, always very supportive. So he says, multi-sig Algorand accounts coming to Pera Wallet. Create a shared wallet with you and 3 friends, then choose exactly how you want it to work. Need 2 to 4 people. 2 of 4 people to approve a transaction, prefer 3 of 4. When every member sign off, you set the rules. And yeah, there's situations where you would want this. I think this is a really cool idea, and it will be useful for some people. It's a pretty niche use. I think the average Algorand person probably isn't going to use this, but if you're in like a DAO and the DAO needs to all make a collective decision or something like that, or like if you're starting a company and you're using Algorand. So I can see this being a really useful tool to have. But like I said, for most people, it's probably like I don't think I will ever use it, maybe, but probably not. So, but it will be useful for some people for sure. I'm going to save this one about AI agents. We'll save that for the end. In case you are wondering, there are now 6 days left to claim the full Folks airdrop. He was asking, are you still holding? Did you sell or swap it for something else? By the way, it's kind of hard to find. If you go to the app page for Folks, you can find it. It's hidden in the drop-down menu, so you have to do a little hunting to find it, but it is there. 6 days left if you qualified for that first one. I think I have to imagine most people who qualified for it went and got it. I did not qualify for the first round. I don't use Folks very much. I'm going to keep an eye out for season 2. Maybe there will be more I qualify for. I thought this one might be kind of fun to watch. Algorand CS, the guy's Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer. Got to make sure you get that S in there. He's not just the marketing officer. He's also doing some strategy. He sat down with Cointelegraph to discuss the latest on Algorand. Now, it looks like this is X only. I tried to look for the podcast like that I could just listen on audio, because I that's usually how I prefer to listen to those kind of podcasts. I don't really watch them typically. It doesn't appear to be out anywhere, which I think is kind of a miss on their part, if I'm being honest. But if you want to watch that, Let's watch this segment. Let's see what he had to say about AI agents, because that's going to bleed into our next thing. So let's see. We got it on. Let's listen.
This is an interesting where we're heavily focused on, because when you think about this, when the world goes agentic and everybody has an agent, that there's billions of agents around there, and these agents are talking to each other, obviously, and they won't just talk, they'll exchange value. One agent will be specialized in this, another agent will be specialized in that. So they'll talk to each other and they'll exchange value. Then the question becomes, are they going to pay each other? And so obviously they're not going to use a credit card to pay each other 10 cents or 5 cents. That doesn't make any sense. They won't use traditional bank rails either, because they have to wait 2 days or 3 days for their 10-cent transaction to go through.
Keep that in mind too, because that's going to play into our next segment.
So these agents will need scale. They will need super low cost. They will need instant settlement. And the only payment rail that is able to provide that is a blockchain, an Algorand in particular, of course. But so I think that is an enormous opportunity for blockchains to really lean into. And so because of the characteristics of Algorand as a chain, and we talked about those, the instant finality, the high speed, et cetera, we are particularly well suited for these types of micropayment transactions. And so therefore, we're very, very much leaning into this. Well, maybe you make the article available to them on a per use basis and you charge them 5 cents to do so. Now this is possible through using internet native payments and X402. So I think you think about LLMs, pay per token, think about compute, pay per compute, think about data, pay per data, etc. So there's a lot of opportunities around this kind of pay per use type of model where that X402 now enables. And then if you combine that with scalable payment rails like Algorand, then you have a system that is really scalable and that can create massively new opportunities for all of the actors in the space.
That's going to be very important going forward. And Everyday Algonaut, since your thing is germane, you say, by the way, in the EU, we have free instant payments and banks. Is this somehow different in the US? Absolutely. There's no such thing as instant payments for banks. I'm surprised the EU has that. That's pretty innovative. I would imagine the settlement is not instant. Unless they're operating on crypto rails, I don't see how the settlement could be instant. Now, keep our thing in mind that we just heard. Keep what Mark just said in mind, because I came across this today and I thought it was compelling, but I have some qualms about it. Okay, so this guy named Ankash Gupta. Actually, who is this? He's I don't know who he is. Just lists a bunch of stuff about product growth. It says Armstrong is telling you AI agents need crypto because they can't use banks. Nobody's noticing that Visa and MasterCard and Google, Stripe, and PayPal already built the answer. Well, we'll get to that. Visa completed hundreds of agent-initiated transactions and live pilots last year. MasterCard launched Agent Pay with tokenized credentials across U.S. issuers. Google shipped the entire agent payments protocol. Keep that in mind, too. Keep that in mind. Santander and MasterCard ran Europe's first regulated AI agent payment 2 weeks ago. Agents can't open bank accounts. Framing sounds clean, but it skips what's actually happening. Visa's trusted agent protocol uses cryptographic signatures to authenticate AI agents the same way it authenticates human cardholders. The agent gets a token linked to your account. No bank account needed for the agent. No KYC for the bot. Human already passed the gate. This tells you everything about how the payment industry views this race. Coinbase's X402 protocol has processed 50 million transactions since February, which sounds like scale until you realize Visa processes that volume roughly every 90 minutes. But does it do that via agents? According to this, I guess it does. Visa is working with 100 plus partners across 6 continents. MasterCard launched an entire agent suite in January with 4,000 advisors. These companies process 3.4 billion transactions annually, and they're retooling all of it for agents. So they're not necessarily doing that yet. Keep that in mind. The real constraint for AI agent payments is liability. When an agent books the wrong flight or buys the wrong size, who eats the cost? Visa's Ramachandran says it directly. Agents are now a fifth party in the dispute chain. Crypto has no dispute chain, no chargebacks, no customer protection. For a billion agents making mistakes at machine speed, that's a feature Coinbase for Coinbase and a problem for the person whose agent just bought 400 economy seats to Mumbai. Yeah, but the thing is, this is just going to happen if the payment protocol can just be settled with a new transaction. And in fact, the lack of reversibility is actually a feature of crypto. This is the part I'm going to make right here. So I actually think he's wrong about this. I think the liability is on the non-crypto side. And as far as reversing a transaction, that just gets done with a new transaction. So you don't have to have the original transaction undone. You just do a new transaction. The dispute would be held between companies. But I guess with a bad actor, that is potentially. Now, I thought this was, potentially a potential issue. Now, I did think this was interesting because I've been talking about this AI agent narrative essentially, and I see it as a very strong use case for crypto, and especially some of these low fee, fast blockchains like Algorand, like Hedera. And that's the reason why I introduced it in the Algorand segment, especially since we just had what we had from Mark Vandelenberg from Algorand. All right, so let's go back through some of these. Here's the problem. What do you think Visa is going to charge for its agentic payments? What do you think MasterCard is going to charge? By the way, it's not really companies. They're more like, it's kind of really weird. They're more like network. They're more like a network than a company. So they're kind of weird to begin with. How much are they going to charge, and how much are they going to gatekeep past the gate? Well, the gate is a telling word there. Do you think Visa is going to do you want Visa and MasterCard deciding what your agent can go and can't do, and that it can shut down your agents and maybe not someone else's? Or do you want the permissionlessness of crypto? These are interesting because it's talking about how many transactions they're processing and retooling it for agents. Well, eventually. But that doesn't mean they're running. We don't know how much they're actually running. X402 protocol has processed 50 million transactions, agent-to-agent transactions. And there's nothing about how much Visa or MasterCard has done. And imagine what the fees are going to be. I just think that's where crypto is going to play a major role. I think probably what it's going to be, crypto, both of these things are going to exist in parallel. And some people are going to want the permissionlessness of crypto. They're going to want the lower fees and the speed. As far as settlements, Greenblue says it's instant, but with a settlement window. Robin might cover your window, however. Yeah, it kind of depends where the bank payment is going to. Like if I send money from PayPal to my bank, it doesn't go there instantly. On the bank side, it is definitely not instant. Some stuff like you said, Robinhood, and there's other platforms like that will cover the difference, but the settlement is definitely not instant, which is where I think Algorand will shine, because it's just going to settle instantly instead of having things sitting in limbo for a long time. So I probably didn't mention all the arguments I was thinking, but these are some of the ones where I think, let's say, crypto becomes a rail for agents. Visa, MasterCard are betting their entire product roadmap. Let's just read the whole thing. The incumbents aren't sleeping through this one. They're spending more, moving faster, and they already have the merchants. Crypto becomes a rail for agents. Visa and MasterCard are betting their entire product roadmap that it won't be the primary one. One other thing that he's talking about, this is I think a key thing. He's talking about merchants. This is a whole new realm of things to buy. Agents aren't, maybe agents are booking like travel, but they can just use your credit card for that. But what about agent to agent payments? What about an agent marketplace? What about buying skills maybe your agents go out and buy skills, or maybe they buy access, like you said, buy access to some kind of article that helps them do what they do. There's a whole realm of possibilities that this person is including that I didn't even think about this morning. I just thought about that now. I didn't really pay attention to that last paragraph. So I think this is good stuff to keep in mind. I do think there will be parallel systems. But this is very narrow-minded. This is very myopic. And he's not thinking about the world of possibilities that agentic commerce opens up. He's just thinking like traditional merchants. Okay, well, that was a weighty segment, and I got one little fun thing for you that I thought was kind of cool. There's a new game. Someone, ALGO made it. It's called the Hay Bale Jump Challenge, and it's now live. Can you beat the high score? I just want to show you guys this really quick. This is free to play. It is happy-hop.base44.app. You can find it. I've gotten the 70, as you can see here, which is fun. And it's just a hay jumping game. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. Seems really simple, and then it gets really fast. I'm not going to play too much of this, I promise. We'll get to the crypto news. You can see it's already getting a little faster. Eventually, they start like really whipping in there. So anyway, I don't think, maybe there'll eventually be some prizes with this or something. I don't know. But that's that. I'm not going to make you sit through that whole thing. Shared by Balsacos Maximus, who was on our show actually a while back. Anyway, I think that's Well, actually, we got some, let's see, Agentic Commerce is live and vibrant on Algo already. Algorand is heading higher, no doubt. Yeah, but that's the thing. And then Rafa Ello says 2026 is the year of agents. I think this is going to be a huge unlock for a lot of cryptocurrencies, especially Algorand. Going back, Everyday Algonaut talking to Green Blue says instant, like in 10 seconds you can use them. The EU is working on this for many years and it's live 2 to 3 years now. Restaurants now accept direct payments. Definitely not the case in the US. The settlement takes a long time, and actually getting it over there also takes a Everyday says, have you tried the Explodinos game? I haven't even heard of that. Raffaello says, Algorand will be one of the main layers, highly beneficial to shift focus on agentic commerce now. I mean, anything that's fast and low fee, especially Algorand's one of them, for sure. They're building the rails. And like I said, he pointed out Google's payments. Well, Algorand is included in that. Did I mention that? Did I mention that in the segment? I don't know if I did. Where was that? Did it just disappear? Yeah, right here. Right here. Google shipped an entire agent payments protocol. Yes, and Algorand was a partner in that. So I think other cryptocurrency firms were as well. Not necessarily. I think Algorand was the only layer one, but there were other cryptocurrency companies involved, as I recall. So kind of defeats his argument there. Anyway, I think that's our Algorand segment, and I think agentic commerce is going to be a super important part of Algorand's future. So don't sleep on it. I do think I can see a situation where they're running in parallel.